What is up guys, it's Exodon here, and today I'm here with a new guide. I'll be going through Behemoths, how they work, what type of Behemoths we have, how you can actually obtain the resources from Behemoths, and what is the main purpose. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. We're in my base, well outside my base technically, and yeah. Behemoths. What are they? They are the main resource income for you in the whole game, and you can only do a certain amount of behemoths per day. To do a behemoth, you need to have a behemoth ticket or a behemoth plan, and by far you can get 5 behemoth plans for free every day. 2 of them you can buy from beta and alpha funds. Well, I can show you right here. Live free. Alpha fund will give you 1 behemoth per day, and beta fund will give you another one. So that's 7. And to obtain the last one, the 8th one, that's the maximum you can get, is from the daily missions. And the 125, if you reach the flames or whatever they are, then you will get an extra behemoth plan. So 5 by default, and 2 from alpha and beta funds, and 1 from daily missions. That's how you can get them. Now with those 8 plans, every time you engage a behemoth, you will need a plan to actually get the resources. You can attack the behemoths without the plan, but you won't get any resources from it. Now that we've covered how to actually obtain the resources and what you need for it, let's jump into what type of behemoths actually exists in the game. By far, there are only 3 types of behemoths in the game, and that's Reviver, which you can see right here, Howler, which you can see here, and Lasher. Now, there are 3 different seasons in the game. And each of the season, the behemoths are different. They all have the same name, but they have different abilities and different effects. And for an example, on season 1, they don't really have anything special to it. They just do their normal attacks, their normal special attacks, and that's it. On season 2, you will be on Ice Planet, and they have ice themed attacks. So basically, when they do enough of attacks, they will actually freeze your troops, and so on. And then there are the season 3 that you are currently seeing, and these type of behemoths have fire attacks, basically, because we're kinda on this fire planet type of thingy. And these fire attacks will leave you kinda like burning, so you will lose HP over time if you attack them. Now, the main difference between those 3 are that, for example, Reviver does a single AoE damage on a circle with its basic attacks. So you want to scatter your troops around the Reviver. I'll show you like this for an example. So when it attacks, it doesn't actually, all your troops won't actually get the AoE damage that comes from them. Then you have Howler that also has an AoE damage, and AoE means area of effect, just making sure everybody knows that. So basically Howler makes an AoE damage as well, but it's in a straight line and it's quite far away. So if you set your troops off, you want them to be also around the Howler, but especially not behind each other. The very last one, the Lasher, does single target attacks, and it doesn't matter how you actually place your troops. Oops, sorry, I knocked my microphone there. It doesn't matter how you place your troops, but this is the easiest behemoth you actually like. If you have supporting weapons or vehicles that have like a 5-tile radius shield arc, for an example, then this is the behemoth you want to actually go for, because you don't have to scatter your troops around. Okay, so even those things, there are a lot of differences on how easy they are. I feel like in season 1, when I played, Lasher definitely felt the easiest one. On season 2, I think Lasher was the hardest one actually, and I feel like Reviver was the easiest one for me. And in season 3 that I'm playing currently, Howler is definitely the easiest one for me. But it depends on who you ask, and it really depends on what type of vehicles you have. And right now, with the recommended build that the most top players are using to kill Lashers and everything, they only kill Lashers, because if we take Iris here for an example, they kind of have a lot of maxed out stuff, and Arc is definitely one of those that if you have it like maxed out, it's super good. So yeah, if you have like, let's say, a field repair and so on, and things that have area effect, but you have to stay in area, Lasher is definitely the easiest way to go. Now, how does a Behemoth actually work? Let me show you. Let me attack, let's say, level 9 Survivor here. If you attack a Behemoth, it will start doing attack. Now, Reviver in season 3 does also a line, but it does 3 area effect line. After a while, you see this yellow bar underneath. This is the special attack that is actually, and there we go, now it actually puts the special attack on. And every time that scales up, it does its special attack, and Reviver's special attack is you deal a lot of damage to every single one of those, one of your formations. There we go, and that's Reviver for you. Let me get my troops back on base so we can show you how Howler actually works. Yeah, Reviver in season 3, they usually do this round 1 area effect damage, but in season 3 it does 3 of them in a row. Now, the next one we want to go is Howler, but I don't really want to steal this guy. Howler, excuse me. But if he attacks it, I can actually show you what the Howler does. Then I don't have to engage myself, so I will get myself ready for the last round. Fill up my troops, place them in the next. Doesn't matter, like I said, on this where they are. I feel this is the hardest one, definitely. Not the hardest, but there we go, we have engaged. So Howler, basic attacks are straight fire line. They leave you burning, and you will lose HP over time. And the special attack is that it deals a huge chunk of damage to one single target. And those like special effects also kind of change based on the season, but overall they are kind of the same. And now Lasher, I am not even sure am I able to do this. I should be able to do this, but Lasher is really strong. Basically what Lasher does, it attacks a single target and it attacks really fast. And what I like to do when I kill Behemoth is I place my tanks really close up, because it kind of focuses the tanks first, as far as I've seen in the game. Lasher, however, is different. It doesn't actually focus tanks, kind of randomly scatters around and actually kills everybody. Yeah, it looks good. Seems like I will be able to actually defeat Lasher. But yeah, it really depends what type of heroes you have, what type of vehicles you have, and so on. And like I promised before, I'm going to end the video. Let me just there we go, I managed to actually do it. But yeah, you need to be careful with these, because like you will run out of troops really quickly if you keep trying and trying to do something that is actually like impossible. Before I'm going to jump into the recommended build right now that will definitely get you to Behemoth levels up at least. I need to talk about the Behemoth hunting club that I think I already covered on the buildings video, but definitely is worth mentioning again. Oops, not the black market, but the Behemoth hunting club. So basically this is the same. The more reputation you have, you can spend your Behemoth plans here, and you can do it only 3 per day. So let's say you're in a hurry, you don't have time to do Behemoths, but you don't want to run into the 10 Behemoth plan limit, definitely just take 3 of those and you're good to go. Like level 10 food and so on, they're all good. But if you can beat level 10 in the field on the Alliance field, then definitely do that, because alliances have policies that actually push the it's lagging, but actually boosts how much resource you will get. The basic one is 730k for a level 10 howler, but with an alliance territory gain you will get 109k more. So that's a really good thing. Also, when you're doing Behemoths, you definitely want to do them inside your alliance area. So if you go outside, you will instantly lose the bonus. So definitely you want an alliance that has a lot of areas and so on. Before I move on, I want to also mention that if you zoom out and look at the area numbers, the numbers indicate what type of Behemoths are going to be on that area. So for an example, if you take 7, it's going to be level 7 and level 8 Behemoths. 11 will going to have 11 and 12 and so on, and the more further we get into it, like 12 will have level 13s, and if you really go into the center, which I can't right now, you have even better, but yeah, 13 have 13 and 14s and so on and so on. You get what I mean. And I think that's pretty much covered on the Behemoth part. I want to mention now, before I end the video, if you watch the top players on the server, the ones that can solve, I don't know, ridiculous Behemoths and so on, then I always suggest to follow those, even though the players usually have the maxed out stuff, they have gold everything, they have everything so on. It's still worth looking at what they can actually do, because right now, by far, the most recommended build I can tell you guys is having Hayden, Layla, Smith, Billy, and Elena. And this Elena is the key feature on version 1.203. I'm just mentioning the version because these might get nerfed, changed and so on. So by now, Elena with its biohack is so good, because literally every time any of your formation puts a thermal incineration on the target, it will actually deal 4% of the target's max health right now. So this will apply to all of your formations you have. So if for an example, if you look at my formation, I have Elena, and on Spotlight, and literally Spotlight puts the thermal thingy on, it has a 35% chance, and when it does, it automatically does the 4% damage. So does the Roaming Star, and Roaming Star puts constantly on after the Behemoth is under 17% health. And also Billy gives always the effect, well, 50% of the time gives the effect and so on. And I've built my lineup so that I will get the most thermal incineration on, and that's pretty much the currently the thing that people go for the most. And it definitely, if you will get Elena biohacked, it will definitely boost your research income, because you will be able to do way better behemoths. I promise you that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it covered on behemoths. If you will have any other questions, please do leave them on the comments. I'm gonna switch screen here for a second fast so you guys can actually see my face. Whoopa. There we go. Messing up with everything. But yeah, pretty much that was pretty much it on the behemoths. Yeah, questions down below or in Discord. I'll happily answer them on Discord as well. Leave a like, subscribe. You will get my newest videos first. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on another guide. Bye.